This is Amazon's cheapest CO2 powered air pistol. To start with, let's just go over the basics. So obviously it's a pistol. It runs off of one 12-gram CO2 cartridge, has a top-loading magazine instead of a traditional bottom magazine. It holds 15 4.5mm BBs. All right, to put our CO2 cartridge in, I'm gonna grab the gun and the handle. I'm gonna pull firmly on the handle. It should pop off just like that. Now I'm gonna make sure this screw down here is unscrewed all the way. Now I'm going to take my CO2 cartridge, making sure the smaller end is pointed up toward the main body of the gun. I'm going to put it in just like this, and I'm going to take this bottom screw and screw it down till it's finger tight, and that should have our CO2 cartridge in and ready to go. All right, to load our magazine with BBs, I'm going to take this little black slider and push the spring all the way back and then lock it to the side. And now I'm going to take my 4.5mm BB, go right in this hole right here and just push it in. And then I'm gonna have to tilt this gun back like that so that they all slide down. And insert as many BBs as you need or want to load. It holds up to 15, and then you can just push this little back tab to the side, the spring goes back, and now you're ready to shoot. All right, I got my gun loaded up, ready to shoot. All 15 BBs in here now. Obviously, safety first. I got my safety glasses. So to start with, I'm gonna put my safety on fire, which means I'm gonna see red right here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and test the accuracy real quick. That's really, really inaccurate. The paper's about like that big or so. And I think out of all 15 rounds, one BB hit the paper, and I was aiming directly at it. Although the Amazon reviews did say, all the 1-star reviews said it had bad accuracy. I do like it's got some decent power, but the accuracy definitely sucks. Now we got to do an accuracy comparison with my Red Ryder BB gun, also made by Daisy, and the same price to see which one's better. Okay, I have 2 targets set up at the same distance. For this competition, I'm gonna shoot 3 rounds from each gun at each target. So 1 for the Red Ryder, 1 for the other BB gun, the pistol. And basically, whichever one has the higher score is more accurate. So we're gonna start off with the Red Ryder. Shot number 1. I think that's like a 3. Try again. I think that one's a 5. Last shot. I have no clue where that one hit. Okay, now time for the pistol. First shot with the pistol. Oh, it hit the paper. Don't think that one hit the paper. I don't know where that one went. All right, let's go examine where we hit. All right, starting with the Red Ryder. We have 1 shot right here. That's gonna count as a 0. We have 1 shot right here. That was our first shot. That's gonna be a 2. And then the other shot was right here. That's gonna be a 5. For the pistol, we have a 2 and we have up here. So the Red Ryder is definitely more accurate. Our grouping was about within 2 inches. This one, we had 1 shot down here, 1 shot like 3 inches away, and the other one, I have no clue because I've shot at this box before, but clearly it's not very accurate. So now we know, obviously a Red Ryder BB gun is a lot more accurate. Now let's talk about some pros and cons of this gun. Okay, let's talk about pros and cons of this particular air pistol. Start with the cons. I don't have very many, but some of them are kind of important. So to start with, accuracy. It's extremely inaccurate. I took a cardboard box, aimed at the same spot, and fired about 20 shots into it. And in the end, instead of having a nice group, it looked like I had fired a shotgun into the box. There was little holes everywhere when I was aiming at the same spot. The accuracy range is about like 2 feet. You'll hit within 2 feet of where you're aiming. Another main con is that it has a built-in magazine. And it's like, okay, it's built in, so it's easy, but then you think, I want to be able to shoot a magazine, take it out, and put in a new magazine. For this, you can't buy spare magazines, and it's in a really awkward spot to load it, as well as it only holds 15 BBs, which isn't very good. Those are really all the cons I have. First, the big one, price. When I bought this, it was on sale for only $28. I believe the normal price is somewhere around $35, but still very cheap. It shoots a standard caliber of BB. It's very, very fun to use. It's super, super easy to use as well. Daisy provided great instructions on how to load the CO2 cartridge in and really how to do everything. Another pro is very powerful for what it is. My Red Ryder BB gun is supposed to shoot at about 350 feet per second, and I've killed doves with that gun, no problem. This gun is supposed to shoot at like 410 feet per second, and you can definitely feel the power difference when you are handling it. So overall, it's a pretty inaccurate gun, but it is very fun, very cheap. I would recommend this, especially if you're just trying to get into air guns, just because it is cheap. It's not very accurate, so if you want something more accurate, probably either buy a different pistol or go with something like a Red Ryder. All in all though, not a bad gun, especially for the price. That's my honest opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.